Hey guys, this is Poet Spice and I am here to do a color along for the hot guy summer for Poet Spice. So this is that Cute Guys Through the Ages book that I purchased. And then of course I went and bought a second one that was Cute Guys in sci-fi and fantasy. So anyway, this one is a buddy color with JoJo. She's already done her, so you can go to her Instagram maybe, and she did a video on her, so you could definitely go and see that. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this color along with you. I figured it might be fun. And of course I'm using my alcohol markers because that's my favorite thing to use of all time. I love them. I love them. I had to make my dude a little browner. Yes, he is a little Viking looking dude, but we had to add some suntan to him, babies. And then I think this actually was like, it looks like it has some like snow and stuff on it, so make it a little more Nordic or whatever, but I decided to make it springtime. So there is no snow in this picture because it's summer and who wants snow? So I'm using my alcohol markers and I am going to go with his skin. I'm going light to dark and then we'll go back over it and so forth. And you know how we do, girls and boys, you know how we do. Now, of course, if you saw my flip through video of the Cute Guys of sci-fi and fantasy, you will know that I was cracking up about this chest hair that they be drawing on these pictures. So this here is tripping me out again. It's just too funny. It's like these little scraggly hairs. It's just hilarious. I'm like, seriously, too funny. So I am using a combination of Spectrum Noir markers. I'll probably have some Ohuhu markers, Spectrum Noir metallic markers later on. What else did I use? Some Nouveaux, Tonic Studios. And I think that I said I got my Spectrum Noir metallic pens. And then I'll also be using those as a little bit of watercolor when it comes to later on. And you'll see that here. So as the process is with almost all my videos, not really all of them, but a lot of them as far as like alcohol markers going, I am coloring lightest to darkest. And in this case, I am now going over with the second color or even the third color. It just depends. Where everything would be darkest. So if something's going to cast a shadow, like under his hairline, under his eyebrows, anything, that'll be darker or in shadow gets another layer of darkness. I'm cracking up. These chest hairs and stuff are just funny. So I'm doing the same thing here. So I'm going lightest to darkest, and we're using this kind of like olivey green color. And then anywhere where there's a fold, anywhere there's something on top, there's going to be a shadow, right? And I'm just kind of using just regular ambient light so that the light's not really coming from any strong point. It's just like regular light. So there's no extreme darks as far as, one side of the picture or anything. I think I will do one of those though, like pick a very specific light source. And you can let me know if you want to see that. So now here I'm doing the same thing. I'm using that green on the shield because I wanted the wood to be kind of like, you know how you get wood and it's brown, but then you have like the green pieces in it and whatever. I'm pretty sure this is not exactly, accurate. But I'm also putting in some of the like grain lines because it was just flat areas. So I figured doing that in a darker marker will add some spice to this picture. And then you can go back and add over top of it. And I've said this before, I don't know, and you may not have used alcohol markers. Alcohol markers are transparent. So when you put one over the other, you can see the colors underneath. And so if you put a lighter color over a dark one, then you can see, like I did here, that the stuff you did underneath will show through. Now I'm just going to go around and add some more darkness by, so the metal would be on top, which means it's going to cast a shadow on the wood below. So I'm adding some darker areas around where the metal is, so it shows that the wood is underneath it. So hopefully that makes sense. So then now I'm going to do his pants, his leather pants. And this picture ends up having a lot of brown, but you can see how that works. And originally I was going to go with some like, you know, like white gray with some black fur. But I did. We went all brown and greens. But it's fabulous, isn't it? Look at that. Look at that. Okay. And you may notice that like his chest and stuff, it looks kind of weird because you can see this big heavy outline. But by the time I'm done, you'll see. You'll see, you'll see, you'll see, children. And I will tell you in this case, part of the reason why I did not do another layer of his skin yet was because I knew I was going to make these, I don't know, what would you call it? Belt lashings or whatever. They were going to be brown as well. So I wanted to make sure I did those first so I could see exactly what color I needed to do the rest of his skin, because I didn't want them to blend in with his skin. And then so once I decided that and got those colored in a little bit, then I could go back in and add the other layers to his skin like I wanted. And then I pretty much just go ahead and use the same colors and stuff over here on the hammer. Or I guess it's an axe, not a hammer. Woo woo. Warrior man, warrior man, warrior man. Okay. Oh my gosh. It's too funny. All right, so I'm doing the same thing here with his clothing. So anywhere where there's a fold, then I'm going to put in some darker areas. And here's the thing with folds in fabric. Now, I don't claim to be an expert, but here's what I do. So anywhere that there's a fold, you can decide whether you want that piece of fabric to appear as if it's on top or if it's below, like in the crease. And all you do is you simply put the dark wherever you want the crease to be. And then by contrast, the light part will be what's on top. So when you have wrinkles, whatever you want to be in the back, like in the groove of the wrinkle, you would put dark colors. And then by contrast, what's on top is going to be the lighter. And then if you want to make the depths of your wrinkles different, then you just go back and put light and dark pieces there. So the darker it is, it's the more depth there is in the wrinkle. The lighter it is, the less. And then I'm doing the same thing with his belt. So I'm trying to get some of the lines, so you, like where the stitching would be. So where the stitching would be is going to be a little bit darker. And so it kind of gives that outline look that stitching would do. Now you could go through and use like a thinner pen and make the stitching, but I ain't about that life. Not for this. Maybe something else, but not for this. And so I was showing you colors. You can let me know in the comments below. Does anybody really care about the color of the markers? Because I can start putting those like as a little text box or something, if you would like. I don't know. Because everybody's markers are different. The numbering is going to be different. Like Spectrum Noir numbers are different from Ahoohoo's, and Ahoohoo's are different from Nouveau's. I also could do a video if you would like, so you can let me know in the comments below too. I can also do a video that shows how I pick the colors that I'm going to use. So Spectrum Noir has like their color families together, but you'll notice if you've watched any of my other videos or whatever, I don't necessarily use the colors that they say to use together. So I can do a video on that if anybody's interested. If not, it's okay. I did have a request to do a picture in A Court of Thorn and Roses, so I could do that. I'll probably pick a hot guy summer one for that. Also, you can let me know like if you would like to see me do a Kirby picture, because everybody does those differently. So if you would like to see how I do a Kirby picture, because I don't think I've done one of those on camera, you can let me know. I don't know. What else? I don't think I've done a mythographic. I haven't done a lot of videos, but just let me know if you've got a book that you would like to see me color in, or even if you have like a particular picture that you would like me to color, you can let me know in the description box below, or if it's a specific one. And now I'm not gonna say I'm gonna color every specific one, but you know, I might be like, oh yeah, I could do that one. That one sounds interesting. You can let me know and like send a picture over on Instagram. Also, if you want a buddy color, you can let me know that as well. I can't always get them done as quickly, but sometimes I can. Sometimes I can. And you'll know, just like, this is why it takes me a long time. Like, some people are just flat color. I do not flat color. So you will notice there are some areas of this picture that have like 4 and 5, 6 layers of alcohol markers. And then they might have something over on top of that. This little chest hair is killing me. It's so funny. So this is where I had decided that we're just going to go with the brown. I didn't do like the white and gray fur that I was going to. I don't know. I guess I was having a Game of Thrones moment, probably because I was probably watching something about Game of Thrones. But I decided that we were going to go with brown. Anyway. Woo woo. And this here too is another reason why I haven't totally finished the skin. Well, I might have by now. I was talking about something else and totally forgot what I was watching on the screen. Does anybody do that when they do voiceovers? They get to talk about one thing and they're like, oh, da 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 da. And then you're like, oh, yeah, what was I saying about what was actually going on the camera? I don't remember. Anyway. So yeah, his fur is brown. And then you can see I pulled out another one. So I just pulled out whatever. So you can see some Ahoo-Hoo, some Spectrum Noirs, some Coloristas, which is actually a cheaper brand or cheaper line of, I don't know if it's a cheaper line. It's a different nib is what it is. Anyway, what was I saying before? Oh, I was saying if you want to buddy color, or if you want to see me color in a particular book or a particular page in a particular book, you can put that either in the description box, you know, in the comments below, or you can message me over on Instagram. That doesn't mean I'll necessarily be able to do every one, but I can try to do some that are interesting to me at the time. Because I'm very much like, this is what I feel like coloring type of person. So I'm not going to color what I don't want to color at the moment. That's why somebody colors. It's so funny. So I'm glad that JoJo, me, Deb, and Pixie, we have our little group of like, hey, let's buddy color this. But most of the time, we don't put a particular end date on it. It's just like, hey, well, I'll color these pictures. Because some of them I can get done like, boop, yeah, we got it today. It's done tomorrow. And other ones, yeah. Like JoJo and I have this one in Circle of Life that we started last year sometime. And I don't know if she's done with hers, but I know I'm not finished with mine. And I'm like, doo doo doo. Ah. Maybe I can finish it this summer because it is like it's the 2-page spread with the whales. Well, it's a big whale and a fish. Anyway, yeah. And at this point, I don't know, sometimes I wonder what the speed is. So at this point, I think that this video is sped up 4 times the actual speed. And I cut out sections of me just like, do, 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 do. You know how while you're trying to decide colors and everything. So I did cut out some of that stuff. But otherwise, this is 4 times the speed. Okay, I am just going to go ahead and let this go and play. And with the music that's going on in the background, we'll put in some coloring for all the background pieces. And then, yeah. So keep watching. Like I said, if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, buddy colors, whatever, you can leave that in the comments below or message me on Instagram. And I'm just going to go and let you guys finish watching this with the video, music, and then you can see the background. So, hi guys, and thanks for watching. I hope you guys are doing okay out there, and be safe, be blessed, and enjoy yourself, and don't put up with crap. Bye.